Our friend Don Banks of NFL.com joins us. Hello, Banksy. How are you?
Good, guys. How are you?
Well, I'm puzzled.
You talk to Mr. Banks. I'll try to figure out this NHL.
Okay. So the Cleveland Browns go out and acquire Brock Osweiler, which is essentially a guy that Houston didn't want anymore, but didn't want to pay. And the Browns have lots of cap space, so they can pay him. They give up a 4th-round pick, but they also get back a 2nd-round pick. Do they have any intention, the Browns, of playing Osweiler, or are they going to either try and trade him or just release him?
It certainly doesn't sound like he's in their future plans. This was all about getting the 2nd-round pick, and as has been pointed out, this is kind of an NBA-style deal coming to the NFL for the first time. If they can trade him, they're going to have to eat, I would imagine, at least half, if not more,
Of his contract.
of the $16 million that he was guaranteed this year.
Yeah.
So,
But that isn't necessarily problematic if you're the Cleveland Browns, right?
then I have all kinds of cap room.
Right.
You know, they in essence spent $16 million for a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah.
And the irony is this Brock Osweiler went from, seemingly starting ahead of Peyton Manning on a Super Bowl-bound team last season, meaning 2015, to signing one of the richest, most staggering contracts given his level of experience ever in the league last year on this day with Houston, to now the Texans being in the position of they literally could not give him away. They had to sweeten the deal for someone to take him.
Well, it was opined earlier in this program that maybe somebody like the Jets might be interested in Osweiler. The argument I would have would be, well, if the Jets wanted him, they're certainly not going to give Cleveland anything to get him, would they?
Well, I mean, there would have to, because Cleveland holds his rights right now. That the irony is, if they can flip him, if the Browns trade him to anyone, the Texans look pretty bad in that situation. They gave up a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah, just to get rid of him. Yeah.
To get rid of him. Why couldn't they have just dealt with the team?
Dealt them themselves.
That the Browns eventually deal with? Now, the obvious answer to that is probably because they would have not found a team to take all of the, clear up all the salary cap room that they needed to have cleared up. They basically got $10 million more under the cap, which might be to pursue Tony Romo. It might be, who knows, to try to work out a deal with Jimmy Garoppolo if they can trade for him. But in essence, this was about cap room for the Texans, and it was about the 2nd-round pick for the Browns.
What is the Cleveland quarterback situation?
Well, there isn't one.
If they're not going to, I mean, Brock Osweiler seems as good as anybody else they've got, unless RG3 is going to come back and play. I mean, what is their situation as it stands today, and what could it be if not Osweiler?
Well, as it stands today, it sounds like they're moving on from Robert Griffin. It sounds like Cody Kessler is still there. Josh McCown is gone and headed likely to Dallas to back up Dak Prescott. So you're looking at the draft then, and they hold the number 1 and number 12 pick. There's probably going to be a quarterback drafted somewhere by Cleveland among those 2 picks. And then, it's a matter of whether they're done. I think they got the 2nd-round pick in order to make the best possible package for New England and Garoppolo.
Well, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
We will see. We will see if there's been some very strong reporting by Adam Schefter that Garoppolo is not going anywhere, that New England is keeping him no matter what. I'm more skeptical. I think anything is in play. Everybody has a price, and if the package is overwhelming, I think New England would move him. But
here's the dilemma that I have in the Garoppolo thing. So let's say the Browns are not going to give up the number 1 pick in the draft, but they also have number 12 in this draft?
Yes.
You can make the argument, and just to feed off what you said, Browns offer the 12th overall pick plus the 2 that they got from Houston for Garoppolo. And maybe that's not even enough in New England's mind, except We're talking about a quarterback that has played 2 games
Well, I was going to say
in the National Football League.
And both of you will probably have, maybe you'll have the same answer. Who would you rather have, Brock Osweiler or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Well, I think I'd rather have Garoppolo because I think he might be good. I'm pretty sure Osweiler
You really have no
isn't.
idea.
But you don't have any idea, do you?
Well, look, one's already been devalued. The other one has that magical, mystical potential still hovering above his head.
He's this year's Matt Flynn, right?
Well, you don't know. I mean, look, Garoppolo has a lot of fans in the league. He's very accurate, gets rid of the football. He's a smart player. He's been in that system where, quarterbacks seemingly have to handle an awful lot mentally. So he has the sheen of New England on him still. Osweiler obviously has been asked to play and proven himself to be a backup. And I think Cleveland, if they're trying to flip Osweiler and say they're trying to get an extra third, they're trying to assemble the best possible arsenal to throw at New England and say, what's your price?
Yeah.
I mean, I said I'm sure they're going to take a quarterback with 1 or 12, I would think. And Watson's going to be in that conversation. Some people like Deshaun Kaiser of Notre Dame. There's only 3 quarterbacks really that's in discussion for a first-round pick, and no one seems to think that they're ready to walk into a huddle later this year and be ready to lead an NFL team from day one. But no, I think. Do
you think there's any chance Watson would be there at 12?
I do, yeah. Look, we're in that early stage. We don't know anything about the order of where these quarterbacks are going to go, other than historically they get pushed up higher. We know that. Then they probably deserve to. But, yeah, I can't sit here today and say he'll definitely be there. I can't say he'll definitely be gone. We're about to do the dance for 6 weeks and get to late April and then find out and say we knew all along. But it's not at this point. There's no consensus whatsoever. Watson came out of the combine with, for what it's worth, throwing against air, a decent amount of buzz, a decent amount of, wow, the arrow's pointing up. But that's all.